Hi, everybody. It's Paul Caraway from The Scene. Tonight, I'm doing a special live broadcast over here with a couple of partners here in the Haltom City Theater. And I just want to have them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about how they got started.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chaz Buchanan of the historic Haltom Theater. We're bringing it back to life. It's going to be the jewel, we think, of the Mid-Cities, and we want it to be the place for live entertainment, family fun, and also good home cooking, and the only full bar late hours in Haltom City. Here is Darnell.
Hello. Yes, I'm Darnell, and I'm over the restaurant area, and just good old help around the place. And Chaz, he knows more about what's going on. I just help him out.
He's being very bashful. He's going to be the man, the managing partner over on the restaurant side. So it's going to be the place for home cooking in Haltom City. And like I said, we think this is going to be a destination for all DFW. So we think it's going to be a destination spot for sure. But anyway, thank you so much for having us on the show today. I can't wait for some of these questions.
My pleasure. And I'm going to start out with some of the things that I see around the room, because if you're anything into horror movies or sci-fi or those kind of movies, then you ought to check out what's behind us.
Yeah, so we obviously wanted to pay a little bit of homage to this place's past. So if you see the walls, we have a bar, a hallway, and a restaurant, and they're all done in vintage posters of the movies that actually played in this place when it was originally a movie theater. But even back then, it was also designed as a movie theater and a concert venue. So we have brought it back to pretty much exactly what it was, or what it was intended to be, which is a large gathering place for a large amount of folks to have a lot of good entertainment. So we'll have a variety of acts as far as live entertainment, live music, live comedy. We'll have film festivals. We'll have screenings in our restaurant. We have a home-cook, home-style restaurant, so it's going to be something like a Cracker Barrel meets a Golden Corral, but I think it's going to be better. So that's just my opinion on it. We have some really good people in all the right places to succeed. We have a great bar. We have a great group of people that are really motivated with the city, that really are wanting to help us out. The city's been great and fantastic. But like any story, it starts off with an idea, and Darnell and myself for the last year and a half have been wanting to restore a vintage theater. We tried to get another vintage theater in the Metroplex, and that one didn't pan out, but we were so fortunate that this one was here, and it was actually better than the one that we almost happened to get. So this is a better location, better atmosphere. We think it's the crown jewel of Haltom City. The front portion of this building was built in 1932. The rear portion, the actual theater portion, was put on in 1941 and opened on Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th, 1941. So the history of this place is rich. It has a vibrant, storied past where a lot of country acts used to play this place. They used to have a weekly country show called the Texas Hayride. So a lot of country acts came through here. We're going to get a lot of more country acts. But your original question was, look at the pictures on the wall. So going back to that was, we wanted to pay homage to its past, and so you'll see a lot of wooden rafters. This is all original. You'll see a lot of things that we tried to showcase to let you know that this old girl has a storied past, and she's going to have a storied future. So I think the best is yet to come. But honestly, 2019 is going to be our year. We've already started booking some acts, so keep a lookout on the Haltom Theater page on Facebook, or go to haltomtheater.com. Both of those will have a calendar of events, and so you'll be able to either purchase tickets online, or you could always just call us here and you could purchase tickets here, or you could come here in person. I know a lot of people are old school and they want to come down here and pay in cash, and we'll gladly take your cash. But like I said, we have a great vision for this place, and we think the next 10 to 20 years are going to be very exciting, and to watch this place grow into what I believe is a place that has no ceiling. So we're going to have a wide variety of acts, and anything from country music to blues to jazz to Tejano to any of the variety of music genres that you could possibly ever want. We'll have it here. We'll have all manner of different live entertainment. We'll have professional wrestling. We might have boxing. We might have MMA, depending on how well wrestling does. We'll do film festivals. We'll do art shows. We'll even rent out the event space when we don't have it rented out, so the public can rent the event space for private events, so private screenings, quinceañeras, weddings, whatever the case may be. But the bar and the restaurant will be open 7 days a week, regardless of what we got going in the event space, because I want this to be your local home bar, and I want this to be your local home cooked restaurant, and we want it to feel like home away from home. So we want to be the place for live entertainment in the mid-cities, but we also want to be the place for community, and that's a very lengthy answer to look at the pictures on the wall.
It might be, but what I find interesting is the way the kitchen is set up, because you have a little mini theater with 3 rows of seating there, and then you have your buffet style set up as well. And so it's sort of a unique atmosphere right there in the kitchen. I mean, we're standing in the bar right now, and it has its own characteristics and own unique feel as well, just like the event center does also. Everybody gets a phone call.
Everybody. Well, I'm going to let Darnell field that question.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, the kitchen's called a show kitchen. It's designed that way so that you can see the food created. Myself, I don't like actually getting food I can't see prepared. So when you go there, you'll be able to see the stove and where all the food is coming from, and as it's being prepared from cooked to being put into the hoppers. Other than that, I mean, the type of food is country cooking. Basically, it's the #1 type of food across the United States, and you can see I like it. But we'll have something for everybody. As a matter of fact, when we cook our food, unlike a lot of places, we don't cook a lot of the onions and things in the food so the kids can eat it. So we'll have that on the side. So if you like onions or green peppers and like I said, you can put those with it. But kids will be able to eat everything instead of, oh, I don't like that because it's got that inside, because I'm sort of picky myself. And movie-wise, yeah, we'll have a lot of the older stuff. I have some deals with some independent film guys that are going to allow me to show everything they have here. And we have almost all the old Westerns. And we have a deal to show those also. Of course, the cartoons and sports events when, like, let's say it's Dallas Cowboys night or whatever, or Super Bowl. Well, we'll probably have that on all the TVs in here. So nobody miss it, whether they're eating or in the other room. Other than that, it's just good old family fun over there. It's always G-rated, so we never have a problem with your kids seeing something that you got to go explain when you go home. That's about it.
Just to kind of reiterate everything, we do have a theater screen. You haven't seen the video yet. He's probably going to be inserting the video now, but we have a theater screen in our restaurant. So when you sit down, we have tables, chairs, booths. When you sit down in for your meal, once you finish your meal, you can go sit and finish your program in 3 rows of theater seats with a big, massive screen. Like Darnell said before, we'll have old movies throughout the decades, some more recent movies, who knows? I mean, there's going to be a mixture of a little bit of everything. We'll have Saturday morning cartoons, we'll have sport programs. We'll have a lot. What he was saying is it'll be G-rated family fun in the restaurant portion. If you rent something in the event space, all bets are off. You can do whatever you want with that space during that time. And we'll also have, and like I said, we are a bar, so late hours, feel free to come and have your drink and get everything situated as far as you wanted to have fun with your friends and just having a couple drinks afterward. But we are a family restaurant, and we are going to make sure that all the programming over there will be G-rated, so anybody who is eating meals can bring their children to eat. So we want to make sure that we are making this accessible for anybody and everybody who just wants to go out and have a good time.
Very cool, very cool. So basically a family-friendly zone.
On that side,
and then on this side, it's more the adults, and in the back, it's open season.
Depending on what's back there.
Yeah, depending on what's back there,
exactly
right?
Correct.
So you mentioned country, and you mentioned I want to say WWF, but
No,
you mentioned wrestling.
Yeah.
You mentioned wrestling,
Yeah.
and back in the day when MWA was really big and strong, I've been a wrestling fan for years. There are several local wrestling affiliations that are here, and so I'm sure they're excited to hear about that as well.
Well, it's funny that you should ask that. Like I said, I don't want to let anything out of the bag because nothing has been finalized. No contracts have been signed, but we have been talking to former NWA heavyweight champions about running a possible promotion here. So with that being said, at some point within 2019, we will have wrestling, and then once we do have wrestling, we think we'll have that on a pretty consistent and regular basis. And depending on the demand there, we will move into other types of sporting entertainment. So what I believe is that Dallas used to be the mecca for wrestling in the 80s. I think that's pretty much, that goes without being said. So the Metroplex is still rich in its love for wrestling. And I've told a lot of people, and you should see some of these kids and some of these teenagers and adults when their eyes light up when you say you're going to have a live wrestling show. So I think that's important, and I think it's important for the area to be able to relive the glory day of professional wrestling, which in this area, it's just going to be like putting on an old pair of shoes.
Very cool. Very cool. So you've been thinking about this for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. You started the project. How far along are you, and when do you think you're going to be opening?
Okay. Like I said, we started about 2 years ago looking for a location, and one location didn't work out. We got this place roughly about a year and 3 months ago, so we've been working on it for about a year and 3 months. We are on the last little stage of the remodel. The remodel on the interior is done, but we have to put a paving in the front entry, and we also have to have a fire lane. Because we had an issue where once this Belknap construction went in, we had some water that wasn't escaping, and the city made sure that we had to get rid of all that water and have a drainage plan. So we had taken a few months to figure out a plan that TxDOT would approve. I know this is a lengthy answer to this, and everybody's probably already tuning out, and I apologize, but that's not a really quick answer to answer. I've been giving the same answer for the last 6 months. Well, hopefully soon. But now we know it's soon. We are there. We are paving. Next week we should have paving going down, and we know for certain that we are going to be open sometime in December. And we have a New Year's Eve act already booked. So once the contracts are finalized on that, within the next couple of days, we will be sharing that and starting pre-sales on those tickets. So you will be able to buy tickets and already have a plan for New Year's, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a rocking good time. Mm-hmm. And then January, we already have a few acts that we already have tentatively booked. So just start following our calendar of events. We will have event pages, and I promise you will see the best live entertainment that the Mid-Cities has to offer. And like I said, I don't even know. I guess I almost want to say DFW, but I can't say that because there's a lot of great places and a lot of great acts. But we're going to bring a lot of national talent, a lot of great acts, a lot of local talent as well. And we're going to give people in this area something that they won't, I believe.
Very nice. Very nice. So I'm going to ask where you're located, because just because you give a website, people don't really understand where that's location, like the intersection. And let's repeat the website again so that we make sure and get that.
Absolutely. Well, the website, guys, is haltomtheater.com. That's HALTOMTHEATER.com. A lot of people do it RE, and we don't care as long as you make it here. But for the website, it is ER.com. Haltom Theater with an ER. You can find us on Facebook at Haltom Theater. But going back to your original question, which was where are we located? Centrally located in the Mid-Cities. We're right here on Belknap, off of Denton Highway, off of 183. So, I mean, we are pretty much all right next to 26. We're right smack dab in the Mid-Cities. We're 2 miles away from Fort Worth. We're a mile away from Richland Hills. We're a mile and a half from North Richland Hills. We're about 4 miles away from Bedford and Euless and all the surrounding areas. So we want to be the place for all those surrounding areas and the Mid-Cities, because exactly what that says, we are the Mid-Cities. And like I said, now we have a great event venue for all of us. And so please check out our website. Please see what we have to offer, because I do believe once you come and you see this place, it will be home away from home.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to get a grand tour of the place, and it looks awesome. And I know there's a few last minute things that you have to take care of, but I know you'll get those knocked out. You've gotten this far. You're in the home run stretch right now. Well, I look forward for the big grand opening, and I know there's a lot of other people out there that are looking for it as well. And I want to go ahead and wrap it at this point.
That sounds great. Everybody, thank you so much. And please check us out on Facebook, Haltom Theater. Please go to haltomtheater.com. And please just come and check us out. We're at 5601 East Belknap Street, Haltom City, Texas, 76117. I'm Chaz Buchanan. This is Darnell Smith. And we're having a good old time. Come and see us at the theater.
My name is Paul Caraway, the host, and we are on the scene with these gentlemen right here at the Haltom City Theater.
All right.
See you later. Bye. Thanks.